Hey everybody, it's Mark again, and we're going to do something a little different. It has been several years since I have worked on a torsion / anniversary clock, but if you remember me posting the video where I was at an auction last Friday in Mammoth Springs, Arkansas, and then I did a live telephone feed at the auction, and I won this clock. It's a Kundo clock for $12.50. Glass dome. Here's actually $12.97 after taxes and stuff. But before I talk about the clock, let's talk about if you collect anniversary clocks. They're actually named torsion clocks, but there was a American company that was promoting them, and they used the word anniversary in the promotion, and that name tend to stick. And so a lot of people, especially in the United States, know them as anniversary clocks because they're typically 400-day clocks. They do make an 1,000-day clock. Japan makes a 100-day clock, but they're known as anniversary clocks because you give them to somebody, let's say on their birthday or a wedding, and 1 year from there they wind it again. But if you're going to collect these clocks or work on these clocks, you want to purchase this book, the Harlover 400-Day Clock Repair Guide. It's written by Charles Twilliger, and I believe he's passed away now, but somebody else took over the company, and you can find them on Facebook. And the NAWCC just put out, I say just put out, I just found out through a group expert of mine, Derek, known as Torsion Dell, that there is some errors supposedly in this book. But anyway, you want to purchase a copy of this book. And what you do is you look at the back plate. Here it says Kundo and Keininger Arbor. And so you look that up in this book. And I already looked it up. And this is it right here. You actually take the clock apart and you put the plate up, because this is the actual size of the plate. And then it tells you here that it was made in 1951. It tells you down here to use is 0.0032 inch or 81 millimeter Harlover tension spring. It's a 4-ball pendulum. And then refer to units 3A, 3B, and 3C in Appendix 76, which go to units 3A, 3B, and 3C. Here it says all the information that you want to know about this clock, and then Appendix 76 shows an actual diagram of the clock and all the parts. So, not to get off subject, but when I was over in England, I would go to an auction on Thursday nights and view the auction, put in silent bids, and if I won, they would the auction was actually on Fridays when I was at work, and if I won, they would call me up and tell me what I won. And here's one thing that I won. Actually, I would go to this auction and bid on stuff, and most of the time I got lucky if I won anything. Well, this time frame was 12/11/99, right around Christmas. I went and I bid on some stuff. I put in my bids and I won everything. I spent 408 pounds, which was about $600 that day. My ex-wife was mad. This was my Christmas gift to myself. But maybe I will show you that in a different video. But anyway, getting back to this clock. Also, if you want to work on this kind of clocks, the Torsion doesn't like using this tool. I personally do. And this is, when you loosen up this mount, you attach this to this mount, and then you put your fingers way back here to do adjustments. The reason why you put it way back here, it only takes fine-tune, minute adjustments to put this thing in beat. If the spring, which goes from the upper block to the bottom block, is damaged whatsoever, this clock will not run 365, 400 days. And this part is the most difficult part for me to get adjusted. They make tools out there to put these together. You could buy the complete assembly from whoever. I'm sorry, I'm not pronouncing that right. I get tongue-tied sometimes. But you can buy just the springs and replace the spring. And that's another reason why you need that book. And let me get back to it and show you in the book. Stand by. This is how you measure those springs. Again, this is actual size. So you would take the top block and put it here. The fork, put it here. The bottom block, put it here. And then you would snip off the extra wire coming out of this bottom block. Again, this is actual size of the items. And so this is what is good about this book, is you find out which one to use. And as you can see here, 3A, 3B, and 3C are all the same size. They just have different bottom blocks or different. And this one here, the bottom block is different, and the upper block is different from. Those upper blocks are all different from each other. So that's why you need this book if you're going to collect these clocks. And you need a lot of patience. This particular clock comes with this adjustment here. That way you can carry this clock around without the pendulum damaging the spring wire. But you undo this, well, that wasn't supposed to happen. But anyway, you typically undo that, and you get the pendulum to set level into the base of the clock. This down here is called the cup. This pendulum cannot touch any part of that cup, or friction will stop your clock. So you have to make sure this clock is completely level while working on it. And I'm going to see if I could put that back on. And at the bottom of these clocks, there's typically 3 thumb screws to help you level the clock in the spot that you're going to put this clock in. If you're going to work on it right here at this table and you move it to another room, you have to, if you get it working here at this table, move it to a different room, you're going to have to readjust these screws to get it perfectly level. So this pendulum, the very bottom of this pendulum, is not touching anywhere in that cup, or friction will stop the clock. So what I'm going to do is, this clock also comes with the plastic guard. Antique clocks didn't come with the plastic guard. That plastic guard is to protect that spring. So all you have to do is loosen these 2 screws, lift the guard up, and it'll come off. So I just wanted to show you that tonight. It's a very nice clock. Anniversary torsion clocks, whatever you want to call them, is a very cheap, for the most part, hobby compared to other clocks. There are some very expensive torsion clocks out there, but for the most part, you could pick these things up on Marketplace, at auctions, on Goodwill, for $20 or less, and sometimes a lot less than that. But then again, there are others that are going to cost you $300, $400, $500 or even more. I have one in the other room. It was made in 1908 by Gustav Becker. This is the plate on my clock made by Gustav Becker. The NAWCC link for corrections of this book does not have any corrections whatsoever on this clock, and it uses either a disc pendulum or a 4-ball pendulum. Mine, unfortunately, is a 4-ball pendulum. I purchased it at this antique place. I got it for 15 pounds, which is about $22, something like that back then. It was my very first anniversary clock. I took it to a clock friend of mine over in England. He told me he was at that auction, and if he would have seen that clock, I wouldn't have got it. I bought this clock book and price guide while I was over in England, and I would get annual updates. When I left England, that clock was valued at 500 American dollars. What it's valued at now, I don't know. Let me take you in the other room and I'll show it to you. Stand by. I don't feel like climbing up there, but this is the display of my torsion clocks. a lot of them. The two clocks right there in the middle, the one with the big white dial, is that Gustav Becker clock, and it needs serviced. All my anniversary clocks need service. I've been neglecting them. And the one on the right was made in 1910, I believe. This is the only anniversary clock currently running in my house. It's Kundo. Miss Elgin is a battery-operated one that plays Westminster chimes, and I need to replace the batteries again. This is the Japan 100-day anniversary clock I was telling you about. Another anniversary clock. Another one. And then this one is considered an anniversary clock, but it's not really. You just wind that up and the pendulum automatically starts spinning. It's a cheaper model anniversary clock. And then I have another one there that I have to work on. I have another one there that I have to work on. But getting back to this Kundo clock that I bought at the auction, like I said, I'm not going to do it tonight, I don't believe. It's been a long day and my back is killing me. But hopefully within the next day or two, I'm going to take this thing apart, work on it, and hopefully show you what to do to get these things in beat. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please keep looking for more videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button because it's free to do so. And God bless.